Okay, I'm starting out my video, and I'm going to read Matthew chapter 19 and verse 26, which says, "But Jesus beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Well, the reason why I'm showing this scripture is because if you watch my videos in the past, I talk a lot about time. Now think if you had control of all time, past, present, and future, and you were outside time, and you had control of it, think of all the things you can do, the miracles that you could do. So because of that, with God, all things are possible. And we can look at some of the numbers in the scriptures and in the scripture and see that does have connections to time. Okay, so we'll look at the numbers. It's Matthew 19:26. So if you take Matthew, which is 90, and 9 plus 0 is 9, and then the 19, so you get 9 times 1 times 9, and then the verse times 2 times 6 is going to equal 972. And if you add that to the reverse, it's going to equal 1251. And you can see that 51 is the reflection of 12, so it represents perfect symmetry. 12 is like the numbers on the clock, and then you got the 12 going backwards. So 1251 represents time and anti-time coming together. That will cancel out time and make a way out of time. So with God, all things are possible. He could stop time. He can make a way out of time. And another thing I thought was interesting too, if you look at a military clock, 1926 military time would be 7:26 on our clock. And if you look up 7:26 in the Strong's Concordance, it means harpazo, the great catching away. And when God does miracles, it's all for his glory. And if you look at the numbers to the scripture, Matthew 19:26, and if you add, take Matthew, which is 90, drop the 0, 1926 plus 9 is 1935. And if you look that up in the Strong's Concordance, it's going to mean glory. You're going to see that in the definition. And also, if you look up the number 1926 itself, you're going to see glory in the definition. And if you keep the 0 in the number 90 and add it to 1926, you're going to get 2016. And you'll see the definition. If you look up these in Strong's, one of the definitions is glorious. Make sure you read, the whole thing in Strong's. So I think that's really interesting. And I talk a lot about the number 969. And I thought, well, if this does have to do with time, I'm going to find that number. So if you do this, 9, which is Matthew is 90, drop the 0, it's 9. Multiplied by 19, the chapter, then multiply 2 times 6, and it's going to equal 237. Add to its reverse, 732 is going to equal 969. And if you'd watched my videos in the past, it's been a while since I made one, pi, the word pi, equals 69 in Hebrew gematria. So pi represents time, so you get your 69, then you get the opposite of 69. So I just thought that was interesting how that with God, all things are possible. Could a lot of the miracles in Jesus' day been done using time? Well, think about it. If God had power over all time, God could instantly go in your past. Let's say that, like the man that had the withered hand, God could go right back in the past, correct that in the womb, and then it would seem instantly in our time, it would be healed, it would be fixed. So I just thought that was interesting, the numbers to the scripture and what it does. And so we may see some miraculous things, but it's going to be all for God's glory. He might even use us to do some miracles. Because the Bible talked about, Jesus said that we'd be doing greater things than him. But it's all to bring glory to the Father. And that's what I think is interesting about all these numbers, is that it leads to that God, it all leads to glory. All right, that's my video for today, and I hope everybody has a good day.